house party. Honey-coated black teenagers conjuring sweet Tabasco magic. That was a 70s Friday night house party, transforming hungry adolescents into Shaft, Superfly, Foxy Brown, via platform shoes, double knit, bell-bottom pants, mini skirts, blowout kits, and black lights. And the music leaking from the house was a compass, gave aching bodies direction with each elongated step, drowned us with anticipation. The lush taste of ebony desire rested real gentle on our mind, like Big Mama on the front porch, rocking in favorite chair steady, lemonade always within arm's reach. Craving a dance with immortality caused our hearts to salivate. Ernest's mom had just bought that wall-to-wall stereo, waxed 45, stacked and dropped in rotation, cheap diamond needle scratching vinyl. We didn't know better and didn't care, just wanted to hear the music that put dents in our backs, created lather between legs. It gave meaning to our everyday, and we always got a daily dose of soul, but this night was no exception, as pre-adult perspiration dropped like summer rain upon the doorway. No expression or attempt to escape the sugary thickness inside, a living room of congealed funk, alive and clinging to our bodies like maple syrup, poured from the mouth of a mason jar, smells like sweet, sticky sex as each participant tries to catch their breath. Sparks fly even with the lack of oxygen, and stars lit a sky smeared with indelible ink. It's a hot night in a Louisiana summer, brimming with youthful possibility. There were never many sightings of that in our neighborhood. I saw few escape the reign of despair that exists within the boundary of Shreveport city limits. But this was an extraordinary night, when a young black southern boy not only realized his doubted sexuality, but caught a vision beyond his life axis, keeping time at the corner of Long and Doris Streets. A weekend recess from chores and academic caught me and my boys concentrating on the one thing able to elude the poverty of Moortown: house party. Me, Lee Arthur, and Luther followed the fresh scent of female adolescents along tarred streets and shortcuts through the yard back of Mr. Polo's store and duplex. Our faces stained with high karate, our back pockets filled with miniature liquor bottles, 5-finger discounted from Walgreens, so we could party in our right mind. It's impossible to unearth acceptance when you were the too smart kid, and I was that ruddy runt who already knew too much at 16, filled with hometown naivete and a dollar short of self-appreciation. I existed on the hope of change, lived vicariously through the teenage exploits of others. It seemed an eternity before I finally grew more than inches and found the courage to know real cool. Now, Lee Arthur was my idol, my best friend. Young girls called us cat eyes. He was a prince among commoners, a sinewy jock with 3 sports letters. His hair was parted off center and he had a driver's license. Never told him he was my hero. And even though I never understood why he quit football the senior year. Now, Luther was a court jester, ghetto comedian, illiterate and dark as coal, with Native American cheekbones. He had a way of settling disputes via fist diplomacy that always quieted his adversaries. Kicked my ass a few times, but he always had my back. It's hard to believe that teeny weenie's dad emptied a gun into him over change for a 10. And I forgot to tell him that I loved him. And Vietnam was finally closing shop. Anti-black schools were being integrated while the Beatles insisted that we just let it be. Yet, all the world I wanted to know was inside that front door. A mixture of sweat and funk, percolating, gladiators of groove, with bodies clashing, tearing away the armor of inhibition. And the beat undulated the crowd, hypnotized us with each note, pounded rhythms into our spine. And there was Pam Boyd, tucked into a dim kitchen corner, my 7th grade crush, all grown up. But puberty never granted me courage to even approach her beauty. And the dance floor was a Jehovah's Witness recruiter, drafting every person who was willing to open the door, then sucked them into a black hole of funk. And each melody insisted that we stomp our feet beneath Al Green moans, temptation harmonies. They created an urban earthquake. See, God must have created house parties the day after he showed Eve to Adam, and arms were flailings, and backs were arched, and asses were in flight, and earthbound angels were reaching for something divine, and distant lover manifest in the form of slow drags, and hard-ons grow from close encounters, and girls' thighs part like the Red Sea at the rising of each young Moses' staff, and grinding is a teenage prayer, and Benny Ray has Carrie Mae slipping into darkness, wishing that curfew was midnight instead of 11:30, and confidence is manna to youthful tongues, and it causes phone numbers to rain from 8-foot ceilings, and Marvin's preachings bring confessions to dance floor altar calls, and a stovetop kiss got me thinking I'm chosen, but I am still 2 virgin summers shy of self-confirmation. Thank you, guys.